Good morning, beloved family. I pray that all is well with you on today. I just wanted to do this little video. It's like a story time about should you wear weave? Should you wear weave? So I'm just going to tell you about my personal experience and my journey, wearing different hairstyles. So on my hairstyle journey, essentially, I think I started wearing weave when I was in high school. I always had really thick hair. Probably like my hair used to come to about right here. And when I was in like 10th grade, I think I went to a dance, and my dad had a barber shop, and he had a lady who did hair extensions in the shop. And so I was like, Dad, I want to get my hair done. And she was the first person that ever put weave in my hair. And it wasn't that long. It was for like a school dance. So I started wearing weave from there. And then when I went to college, I would still wear my hair out every now and then. I would still relax and perm my hair. I would still take care of my hair. But then when I got to college, I just went wild with the weave. I was wearing like 18-inch weave, and I was very superficial at that point. So I was wearing heels to class. Nobody needs to wear, 4-inch heels to class. No. When I think about that, walking around campus with heels on, I'm like, girl, was you crazy? Was you crazy? Seriously. But I didn't wear heels every day, but I dressed up every day. I was really into, honestly, back in the day. I'm not like this right now, and I will never be like this again, but I was really into my looks, and I used to do crazy on the makeup. I used to take like 2 or 3 hours getting dressed, and I'm completely different now. I still care about my looks, but I'm nowhere near superficial like I used to be. And through college, I had kind of gotten addicted to weave. And then after school, I moved here to Charlotte, and I was still wearing the extensions and all that kind of stuff. And I started like my natural hair journey. It probably was like in 2009. And I watched that Chris Rock movie. I forgot the name of it, but it was really good. And during that time in 2009, my self-esteem was really low. I was still like struggling with my weight. I was struggling with depression, struggling with anxiety and fear and all kinds of things. But I really wanted to know this woman. I really wanted to know who Constance is, who is this chick? So I've always been on like a path of self-discovery, trying to figure out who I am. So I remember one time I had braids in my hair, the really tiny micro braids in my hair, and I said, well, I'm gonna actually, after this style, I'm just gonna go bald. And it was a bold move, and I had been talking with a coworker. We both were talking about going natural, and honestly, out of the blue, this is gonna be weird to y'all, but I was taking my braids out. This is funny when I think about it. I was taking the micro braids out, and I said, you know what? I ain't my hair. That song from India I was playing in my head. I was like, I'm not my hair. That's right. I'm not. So I put on the song, and I started cutting the braids out of my hair. Oh my goodness, I was crazy. So after I cut the braids out of my hair, I went to the barber shop. And I wore my hair bald. I wanted to do it purposely, but at that moment, it was like an epiphany, like, girl, go ahead and do it now. I don't know why. It was a crazy move. So I rocked my hair bald for almost a year. And I was like this 400-pound woman with a bald head. And I was, you couldn't tell me I wasn't the bomb with my bald head. And it was like tapered. It was like real short. Tapered. But I did that because my self-esteem was so low, and I was like, I gotta do something to like prove to myself that I'm okay with myself, regardless whether I wear makeup, regardless whether, no matter what I wear, I have to be cool with Constance. I gotta be cool with that chick. I like that chick. I'm gonna love that chick one day. That's what I was saying about myself. And so Flash forward after that, I laid off the weave. I grew an afro. I still have an afro right now to this day. My hair is still natural. And then I slowly got back into wearing weaves again. So I went natural for a while. I wore an afro for a while. And then I went back to wearing weaves like sew-ins and, some wigs and stuff like that. Flash forward to 2015, my last relationship. This guy was older than me. He was in his mid-40s and very well read, master's degree, film producer, very well educated. And so when we met, I was cool with my hair. I was cool with what I was. I heard people online talking about, oh, you shouldn't wear weave. You shouldn't, you're not, you're insecure, you're this, you're that. But I'm a free thinker. I don't let people make decisions for me. I make decisions for myself, and I am led by the Holy Spirit. If the Holy Spirit says, no, Constance, don't do it, I won't do it. But I'm a free thinker. So this guy who says he loves me for who I am is saying to me, like, Constance, you shouldn't wear weave on in your hair because it proves that you have a low self-esteem. And I said, low self-esteem? I said, brother, do you not know what it took for me to get to where I'm at today? You're going to say I have a low self-esteem because I have a weave in my head? He said, well, Constance, I'm just paraphrasing here. Constance, I'm educated. I have a master's degree. And honestly, since I've read 2.5 more books than you, honestly, you should listen to me because I know the truth and I've lived longer than you. Therefore, I'm more wiser than you. And I'm like, I was like, hold up, Cletus, hold up, Cletus, hold up. You ain't gonna attack my self-esteem now. Now you can attack other things. I may need to fix on some other stuff. I may need to work on losing weight continuously. But brother, you ain't gonna attack my self-esteem because I worked hard on my self-esteem. I worked hard on my self-worth. And you gonna come along and tell me because I like to wear a little weave in my hair that I have a low self-esteem. I said, you need to check yourself, brother. You need to check yourself real quick, like. And he was all into the idea that if a woman wore any sort of hair extensions or anything, that she lacked something. And people, I just want you to know, women, think for yourself. Now, if you are wearing hair extensions and you are wearing makeup to cover up who you actually are, you really need to deal with that. You really need to deal with just being confident in who you are without any makeup, without any added extensions or anything, because truth be told, you are beautiful. You just have to recognize that about yourself. A lot of people go through this life and they don't recognize their beauty. So I just wanted to say that, should you wear weave? Yes, if you know who you are. If you're using it to cover up, if you're using it to portray yourself in a certain way, if you're using it to hide your insecurities, no. Face yourself, deal with yourself, be confident, be strong. But don't don't do anything to cover yourself up. Embrace yourself in this life. You have to face yourself in the mirror and embrace any error or any fault or anything that's causing you to feel like you have lack in your life. And then once you are confident and bold, then you approach life like, I'm going to do the things that I need to do. Because people try to persuade you all, in your life, throughout your life. But a confident and a strong person is led by the Most High God. And if someone gives them critique or criticism, they will take that back to the Lord.